What are you doing? Are you trying to sabotage me here, Heather? Are you trying to sabotage me? Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you guys are new here. So for today's video, I am so excited because Heather Austin and I are teaming up once again to do a really fun video. I am doing a full face of Heather's most hated makeup products, and she's doing a full face of my most hated products. So you guys want to see what they are, how we got this look, well then definitely keep watching. Okay guys, so I already have my brows done because Heather didn't have any brow products that she hated. So we're going to go ahead and skip that part, but we're going to start with the eyes. Now, you guys know I love Game of Thrones. I have talked about Game of Thrones. I absolutely love Game of Thrones. And I was so excited because when Game of Thrones did a collaboration with Urban Decay, I bought this palette because I thought this palette was so freaking cool. This is probably now one of my oldest palettes that I have in my collection. And I don't think I'll ever declutter it because, like, look at how cool this is, right? Like, you take it and you open it. You like, come on, look at how cool that is. And then you can close this, and then right here you're gonna have all of your shadows right here. Super freaking cool. Well, a while back, Makeup Revolution, well, you guys know how I feel about Makeup Revolution. I made it very clear how I feel about this brand. They rolled out with their own version of Game of Thrones. So this is the Game of Thrones. This is the Westeros map palette right here. The packaging, it's not the worst packaging I've seen from this brand, but it definitely doesn't stand out the way that the Game of Thrones Urban Decay does. But we have the palette. When you open it up, is this right here. Like, make it make sense. Make it make sense. It doesn't make sense. The color stories are all over the place. I don't understand it. I don't get why Makeup Revolution does what they do. I will never understand. But this is a palette that Heather Austin hated more than anything, and she gave it to me to try out, and I'm just like, I felt like when she reached out, when she said Makeup Revolution, I felt like my eye like started to like twitch. I was like, Makeup Revolution, because I don't care for Makeup Revolution. Now, this color story, it's all over the place. It's all over the place. I don't even know where to begin, if I'm being very honest with you. So we're just gonna play around with some shades. I'm probably gonna do something very easy and simple because I feel like this palette kind of calls for like easy and simple because it's just mostly a neutral palette with like 5 pops of color. I feel like it's mostly a neutral palette with like 5 pops of color. So there's really not much we're working with. So I'm going to go in with my P. Louise eye base right here. Heather didn't give me an eye base, and I don't think I gave Heather an eye base. So we're just going to go in with what we like so you could really try out this for what it is. Now, it's so crazy is that back in the day, I actually used to like Makeup Revolution. Maybe it's not Makeup Revolution. I used to really like I Heart Revolution. They're the ones that had the donut palette, the avocado palettes, the pizza palette. I like I Heart Revolution more than Makeup Revolution, but it's so funny because I know it's the same brand, just a different name to it, but it's the same, sorry about the same company. There's just something about Makeup Revolution that just irks the crap out of me. Okay. So I'm gonna go into this shade right here. It doesn't have a name. Just some shades in here have names, others don't. Okay. So we're gonna take this shade because I want to do like an easy eye look today, and we're gonna start to just pack this on right here. Work our way from our outer corner to our inner corner. Wow, this is a very light. This is a very light shadow. Like, it's almost like blending itself away just a tad bit because it's very light in pigmentation. Although it doesn't look like it in the pan. It looks like it's a little bit deeper. But I'm noticing this is actually incredibly light. Alright, then we're going to take this shade right here. A Man Has No Name. That's what we're going to call these shadows. Shadows are called No One. Oh, that's actually a really pretty color though, not going to lie. It's laying down. It's doing its job. And then I'm going to take this one, like A Man with Many Faces right here. I'm just coming up with my own names just so you guys know. See how easy that is? We're going to lay the shadow right here. Nah, it's okay, man. Like, it's pretty, but like, to me, it's nothing wowing in the slightest. Well, it looks to be on sale right now for $22.40, and that is a lot of shades. That's a lot of shades for that price, but I still wouldn't pay it. I still would not pay it. I don't like this palette. Okay, so moving on to the complexion. So Heather told me that for the primer that she hates, she actually hates the e.l.f. Putty, the Poreless Putty Primer right here. And it's so funny because this went viral all over the internet. I want to say like 3 or 4 years ago. I remember when Jeffree Star talked about it. He sold this shit out. Everybody was so obsessed with it. It was supposed to be the Tatcha silk canvas dupe, and I've gotten this several times, and I don't know. I mean, it's not bad, but like to me, it's very greasy. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys. I actually bought a new one, by the way, because I gave away all my other ones. So I'm gonna go ahead and stick my finger in here. It's like too silky, and it's too like greasy. I don't know. I could definitely see why she's not a fan of this one, because like, look at this. It just doesn't really like do anything except just kind of go on the face. It kind of makes my face more silky than pore filling. I have very large pores, at least when it comes to the Tatcha Silk Canvas. That has a little bit more of a thicker texture, so like it really can be pushed into the pores to help to minimize it. This, I feel like, just makes them look a little bit blurred, but like they're still pretty visible, and it just feels so greasy. I don't know how else to describe it other than it feels very greasy. I just know a lot of people out there were really obsessed with this primer. It was viral, sold out. It was so hard to find, and I never got the hype of it, so like I get why Heather doesn't really care for it. Plus I feel like it's really just not good for oily skin. She has really oily skin like myself, so this type of primer just doesn't really do much for us, and I have very large pores, and they're still pretty visible. Like I said, the only thing I feel like it does is just kind of makes them look a little bit softer, but it definitely doesn't fill it in, and it makes my, like look, I can't even snap. I can see why this is not her favorite primer. For foundation, Heather absolutely hates the Flower Beauty. This is the Light Illusion. This is a luminous makeup nude skin feel. So online it says, a Light Illusion is a breakthrough foundation that achieves the impossible. Provides you with medium to buildable coverage to smooth and perfect, while imparting your skin with the most flattering, soft lumosity imaginable. All with a weightless nude skin feel. Imperfections and uneven skin tone are diminished, only flawless and smooth and incredibly natural complexion is revealed. Well, I could tell you right now that I'm probably going to hate this foundation because I'm so oily that the last thing I need is anything illuminating. And this is a illuminating foundation. Heather, what are you doing to me? What are you doing? Are you trying to sabotage me here, Heather? Are you trying to sabotage me? This isn't gonna work for me. So I picked it up and I got the shade. What shade did I get? Hello. Well, shit. I don't know what shade I got because it's not on the bottle. Oh, natural beige. I got natural beige. So we'll see if this is a good color match, because the ranges to choose from were actually not the best to choose from. So we're just gonna make this work. I'm gonna shake it up. We're gonna take some, I've never tried this foundation before. I actually just recently started trying a lot more drugstore options. So I'm kind of curious to see how this is gonna work. I think, oh, y'all, I think we messed, ooh. Oh wow, look at my hair. Look how messy my hair is. It's so like, needs to be washed. But like, look at that. What is that? Anyway, I think that might be a little bit too deep. Okay, well, you know what? We are going to make this work. That's the only thing we can do. Oh yeah, I really want it to be orange today. That was a goal of mine, to be orange. So this says this is a medium to buildable coverage. I think it's laying down nicely. Like I've only gone in once with the sponge. I haven't really had to dip back in too much. So that is nice. It does seem like it definitely can be buildable, but like, oh dear God. Do you see that shine? Also, what is that? Oh, let's get down here. We're gonna have to really blend it down today. And maybe do my ears. Let's do the ears so they don't look too bad. Really blend that down. I really hope this foundation doesn't oxidize down, because if it does, oh, I'm gonna be so freaking orange. I did not pick out the best color. I look like a glazed up turkey. The way that I'm just shining right now, I look like a glazed up turkey. Oh, I look like I just came out of the oven ready to be eaten. Like, surprise! Okay, so like I said, I picked the shade natural beige, and on the website it says this is natural beige. Natural beige on Flower Beauty's website is classified as medium skin with yellow undertone. I did not have that. I think I was supposed to get this shade light, warm beige, which is light skin with neutral undertone. Ugh. You know, let me go to Ulta because I got my order from Ulta. So let me see like what Ulta classifies it as because I think I messed up. Okay, so Flower Beauty on their website, that's why on Flower Beauty's website, they don't have a description of the shades. They don't have a description. So I just went with natural beige because I'm typically natural beige, like in a lot of my drugstore foundation. And I should have just gone to Flower Beauty. So we messed up. But I will say so far, based on first impressions, it's not horrible, but I could, like, look at that shine. Like, no. So for concealer, we actually both agreed on this concealer. We both absolutely hated the Jaclyn Cosmetics concealer. I only have this because this is what I use to carve out my brows, is the Jaclyn concealer, because it dries down so unbelievably fast. It gets really cakey underneath the eyes. It really accentuates the fine lines under there. I'm just not a fan of it, but I kept it just strictly for my brows. So we're going to go in with this today. I have the shade Fair Neutral, and we're just going to use this. This is probably going to be like really light. Yep. And I'm only gonna do like one side at a time because of the fact that this does dry down so fast. It's why it's great for carving out the brow, because it's beautiful for that. But anything else, oh god, no. First off, do you guys see right there, like you guys see like right now it's like going into like my eye, like the fine lines there. It's just, I don't know, there's something about this concealer I'm just not a fan of. I have not been a fan of this. I just like literally just only enjoy it for my brows. So let's just go and place some right here. Okay, so I don't have any, she didn't give me any under eye powders. I have a setting powder, but we're gonna actually use that to set the face. So I'm just gonna quickly set my under eyes really fast. I'm just gonna go into the Jaclyn Cosmetics one here, just to quickly set this underneath the eye so that it doesn't look too bad. Okay, so for bronzer, before we go into set the face, she absolutely hated the Milk Makeup. This is the Bionic Bronzer. I have never tried this bronzer before. She actually sent this one to me. So, oh, that's nice. That's nice. It came out looking like shit. All right, cool. All right, so I'm gonna quickly shake this up. Heather, I feel like this is gonna be a really deep shade on me. Okay, so I'm just gonna take this and this looks like shit. This looks like dog poop. What is that? Wait a minute. What is this? Oh, what'd I just do? Oh my gosh, like what? Okay, well, it's blending itself out. It literally looks like dog poop on my hand, I'm not gonna lie. And it's really like watery. Now, I don't know if it's just the product or this is just how it is, but I realized that this is making me like, oh, I look like I've been standing in the sun for way too long. Oh, wow. Okay. Okay. Now, I will say though, it is blending out really, really nicely. Like it is very kind of seamless. It's like melting into the skin, which is very intriguing, but it also has like a weird patchiness to it too. When I put it on my hand, it's weird. I can't describe the texture of it. It looks like it has like almost like bubbles in it. But holy shit, like this has made me like so tan. Oh wow. Oh, okay. I look like I have been standing in the sun for 3 days straight already. All right, so this is how it looks. I will say it's blending on the forehead really nicely, and it blended on the cheeks really nicely. It's a very, very like wet formula. Like I don't know how to describe it. It was super wet, but it did melt really nicely into the skin. So I will give it that. Well, we're gonna have to see how it wears. I definitely feel like this is not the right color for me. Like mixing it with my already deep foundation, I look unbelievably tan right now. We're gonna compare it to my body in just a little bit. But for blush, she didn't give me blush, but I think she did say something about the Made by Mitchell blushers. So I actually have some of them right here. I have this blusher right here, and then I also have the blusher lights and the blushers bronzed right here, but we're gonna go in with the blush instead. I believe she said that she did not like this, so we're gonna take this, and I don't really know what to do with this. I'm just gonna, what? Do I dot it? Like, what do I do? And I guess we just blend it. Oh dear God. Oh my God.
Oh my God. Oh my God, I don't know what to do.
Okay, well, also look how dirty this cap is getting. Oh, okay, so, clearly, guys, I am an expert. I know what I'm doing. I'm so good at this. I can't tell where my bronzer ends and the blush begins. I honestly cannot tell. It's just this. Okay, so, I don't care for that. So for setting powder, she sent over the Refi setting powder right here. This is a skin finished water-based powder. Water-based powder, what is that? Ooh, wow, there's a lot of kick up in this. And we're just going to dab it on. Hello?
Hello?
Like, I'm pushing my sponge in here and I feel like I'm not getting any product up whatsoever. And if I am, I really am not seeing it. I mean, I feel like, wow, you can see the vast difference from my nose and my... Ooh, okay, I'm like really kind of pushing the sponge in here and I'm just like really not seeing too much powder coming up. So like, I don't really know if this is working. I'm trying, but I am like not feeling it. Now it does feel a little cold in the face. Like it feels like a little bit like I'm putting on wet sponge, but I can't tell if that's just sponge or if it's the powder. Bronzer blush duo right now. It's intense. It's very, very, very intense. So for blush, she absolutely hated the blush. This is the Stellar Prismatic Highlighter from Rare Beauty. What is on the back of my hand? What is that?
What was that?
And that's not even Rare Beauty, Flower Beauty. I don't know why I said Rare Beauty. What? Where did it come from? Okay, wow. Okay, so anyway, she absolutely hates this highlighter from Flower Beauty. This is the Stellar Prismatic Highlighter. She said that it just was not good. So we're gonna have to try this out. Wow, that is so lackluster. Do you guys see that? That's lackluster and it has a lot of glitter to it. What? So when I look straight on, you kind of see like almost like a cast. I will say this is a really high shine. Holy crap, this is getting everywhere. That's intense. But not like necessarily in the good way. It's very glittery. It's so glittery. I will say, I will give this highlighter its moment. It has such, I mean, unbelievably high shine. That is so high shine. But it is getting everywhere. I mean, like, because it's so glittery, it is getting everywhere. I mean, like, everywhere. But I'm going to use this, though, for an inner corner highlight and brow bone because I feel like it could have its moment. For mascara, she says she absolutely hated the Milani. This is the highly rated lash extension tubing mascara from them. She said she absolutely hated this. I got the shade Black Noir because it's like the darkest shade they had. So we're going to try this out. See how well I like it. She didn't ever say why she hated this mascara, so we're going to find out if I hate it. I've never really used Milani's mascaras before, so this is going to be a first for me to see how I feel about it. So this is how the mascara looks. Looks like a decent wand. Let's try this out. Oh, this does remind me a lot of the Thrive mascara. It seems really, really, really wet. Okay, so I feel like what it's doing right now is that it's definitely separating them. It's definitely like lifting lashes, but it's kind of clumping them together. So they're like really kind of sparse and not full looking, and they're really wet and they're just like kind of sticking together. I don't like that. And it's spreading on top of the lid. It is just, I don't like it. It's too wet and it's kind of just clumping my lashes together. It is, it's taking everything I have in me not to grab my benefit to separate it and be a little bit better. This is just too wet. The formula is way too wet. And it's not like drying the way that it needs to be drying. And it's not separating them at all. It's just kind of clumping my lashes together and it's just spreading over the eyeshadow. That's a crappy mascara. I don't like it. So for lips, she said that she absolutely hated the Superstay Matte Ink Liquid Lipstick from Maybelline. So that's what we have right here. I'm going to line my lips. I can literally feel this mascara sitting on top of my eyes right now. It is insane how I can feel that. I'm going to go in with my Jaclyn Cosmetics liner. I just need to line my lips. So I think I'm going to use the shade Blondie. Typically I go in with Bourbon, but I feel like Blondie might be more complementary to this, I feel like. So we're just going to quickly go in and line my lips with it just so I have a base. And then I'm going to go in. I got the shade Seductress, so I hope this is a pretty color. I've actually never used this before. This is going to be first for me. So I hope this is a pretty color. Smells really good. It's a pretty color, but I do not like the applicator. All right, let me go ahead and zoom you guys out. Okay, so this is the final look. We definitely have to talk. So first we have the Game of Thrones Makeup Revolution palette right here. I think the outside packaging, it's definitely not the worst Makeup Revolution design, but it's definitely not the best. We're gonna have the palette story right here. The palette story makes no sense to me. So I don't get the palette story. And the shadows just they're not overwhelming. I will say the matte was somewhat pigmented, but I definitely struggled to get it underneath the eye. It was just not wanting to work for me. The shimmers, they're okay. They're definitely not wowing in the slightest. This is kind of like a very just blah palette. I never would have paid the $36 for it or the sale price $22. It's just not worth it in my opinion. And the color story just freaking sucks. I just personally am not a fan of Makeup Revolution, so I knew I was going to go into this not really caring about the palette. It's a pretty eye look, but I just feel like the color story is just everywhere. And honestly, I don't like it. Not in the slightest. Then we have the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer right here. This is not the worst primer I've ever tried, but it definitely doesn't fill in the pores like it says to. Like, to me, it's very greasy. I think it was supposed to be an amazing dupe with the Silk Canvas. I really do like the Tatcha Silk Canvas primer, but I also am realistic myself and know that it does fill in the pores to an extent, but it doesn't last long all day. I still get oily. I have to use other products with this. This to me, it just kind of goes on very silky. It feels great to the touch, and it definitely makes it so you have a more flawless application in terms of the foundation and whatnot, but it doesn't fill in the pores, and it's just very, very, very greasy. Then we have this right here. This is the Light Illusion from Flower Beauty, and I have to say, first off, the color match is far off. I mean, like, need I say more? Now that is my fault. It's my fault. It's not Flower Beauty's fault at all. I'll quickly show you guys what I look like on my actual phone. This is how I look, guys. This is how I look. What is that? What the heck? Oh no. Oh my God. What is that? Damn it. Anyway, I don't know where this stuff is coming from. Okay, so this is how my skin looks, and this is how my skin looks, by the way. Do we not see how deep the skin is right now? Just ignore this. This has been a shit show of video. But this is how we look. This is how we look. I think the coverage was nice. It was a medium to pivotal coverage. It laid down beautifully. It looked really silky and nice on the skin, but holy crap, it's very illuminating, and I don't think this is going to work really well with my oily skin, so we're going to have to see how it's going to last. The Jaclyn Cosmetics concealer, I absolutely hate this. I think it's horrible for the under eye. It's too drying. It really does accentuate those fine lines right there. You guys see that? It just makes them look so old. I look so old when I wear this, but it's perfect to cut out the brows. But as concealer, it's pure shit. Then we have this Milk Makeup Bionic Bronzer. I don't know if this shade was necessarily for me. I think this might be a little bit too deep. So I think this is a little bit too deep for my skin complexion. It came out really watery, like watery diarrhea. And then it had like this like really weird texture when putting on the skin. Like, it looked super diluted. But then it blended out really nicely to the fact that it melted into the skin. So I won't take that away. It melted into the skin beautifully, and it looked really nice. I feel like if I had a different color and I feel like I had a different color and a different foundation on, this could probably be really pretty. But based upon first impressions, the formula was interesting. The color match was not me, but it does melt into the skin. So I'm going to give it that. I'm going to give it that. Same thing with like the Made by Mitchell blusher. it's really thick, like it's really on the thick side, but it blended out really nicely again. This is one of those products I'm gonna have to kind of keep playing with on my own and trying out with stuff that I want to try it out with, but it did melt into the skin. So like I don't hate either of these two. Like I don't, because the way they just melted together was actually really nice. Like it does look really nice. It's very, very intense in like the pigmentation, but like it does melt into the skin, and I have to give it that. So we're gonna see throughout the day how it wears. Product right here, it's very interesting. It feels like I'm putting nothing on the skin, but I can definitely see that it did mattify my skin down. It did make it look kind of smooth. I feel like I want to try it on its own, but I will say like it did kind of like melt in the skin. It's just very interesting. Then we have this Flower Beauty. This is the Stellar Prismatic Highlighter. Holy shit. Holy crap. It's popping. It's very lackluster, right? It just doesn't seem like it's going to be anything wowing. It has a glitter base to it, but then I put in the skin and I'm like, holy crap, it's like poof in your face. It was not the easiest to work with. Like this just kind of came out like this big chunk right here. I don't know what's happening. This side of the face, I don't know what's happening right here. This side is just, it's very, very, very intense, and it's almost like wet looking. Then we have this mascara. I hate this mascara. It sucks. It's too wet. It's clumping my lashes together. And I've played a lot of tubing mascaras, and this one just isn't it. It's clumping them together. That's gonna go right into the garbage. It's crap. And then last but not least, we do have the Superstay, the Maybelline Superstay Matte Ink. It's a pretty color. I got the shade Seductress, 65 Seductress. It's a pretty color, but I hate that. It's like sticking together. And it's like causing like a drying right here. And it's sticky. Like it's a sticky base. And I don't like sticky bases. I'm curious though. Leaves a little bit of a mark on my lips. I did not just do that. I kissed my lips where the freaking highlighter was. And now it's on my lips. Because my lips are sticky. Oh no. This is the weirdest video I think I've ever like filmed, because like, I know Heather hated all these products, but some of these products I don't hate, which is really interesting because I'm kind of curious to see if she hates any of the products that I told her I hated, because we both hate, you know, the products for different reasons. So now I'm really curious. I think this is kind of pretty, by the way. Like, let me show you. It's kind of a pretty color, but see that stickiness though? Like, it's way too sticky. Okay guys, so that is it for today's video. I just want to give a huge thank you to Heather for once again collabing with me on another fun video. It was so fun to try out a full face of her most hated products. If you guys want to see my most hated products, head over to her channel right now. I'll have a link down below. Go subscribe to her, go say hi, show her some love, and see what products I told her I hated, and see if she feels the same way too. I'm so excited to watch her video. I'm just genuinely really curious, but it was so much fun. So Heather, thank you so much. You are truly amazing. And yeah, that is it for today's video, guys. If you guys enjoyed this video, please make sure you guys give this video a cheeky thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you guys have not already, because I do post 4 to 5 videos every single week. Make sure you guys head over to my other channels, Art for the Life, where you guys get to see my cool, wonderful ventures, my amazing husband, Corey. And as always, the biggest thank you goes to these beautiful, wonderful Patreon members you guys see right here. Thank you guys so much for everything. And to my subscribers and viewers, thank you guys so much for being here. Whether you guys like this video, you guys thumbs down this video, you guys subscribed, you guys did not subscribe, either way, thank you guys so much for being here. I love and appreciate each and every single one of you. So with that said, guys, I love you, and I'll see you guys in my very next video.